Ellen Martin with A Life Shared. If you're new here, welcome. If you're back, thanks for joining me again. Um, I want to talk to you today about my journey with anxiety medication. Um, I'm going to try to keep to the 3 minutes. So, when our third born was about a year old, I looked at my husband one day who had been home for a lunch break, and I said, "Please don't go back. I can't do this without you here." And he's like, "Honey, it's just a lunch break. Everything's okay. I've got to go back to work." And my body manifested a full blown panic attack. Uh, I was taken by ambulance to the ER. My husband called 911. And ever since then, starting a medication revealed that I had lived with anxiety for a long time, that it had stolen a lot from me and asked a whole lot of my husband and children, and that things were able to be different once I realized that. I am a fan of medication support. I'm also a fan of not just dealing with symptoms, but dealing with the reasons for conditions. And so worked with a therapist and was able to do a lot of good work. But even on the other side of that, learned stubbornly, because who wants to be on medication for anxiety or depression, right? We still have a stigma about it, unfortunately. Learned that to be my best self, for me to live into the fullness of who Christ has made me to be, that a low dose anxiety medication is part of that, and that's okay. So during this time, I noticed that a lot of my old behaviors that the Lord had really helped me work through were returning. A lot of reactivity. When I say that, I mean not just responding, but reacting to circumstances. A lot of things that I could let go of normally became things that I was getting really frustrated about, sighing a lot, not able to laugh about little things and letting them go, but getting stuck in places and just reacting like a little firecracker again and again. I was yelling a little more than is normal for me. Actually, yelling's not normal for me. It was becoming normal again. And I was just really struggling during our circumstances and in my history and present with anxiety. So I was able to reach out with a caregiver I've worked with for a long time and say, "Hey, I need some support. Can we up my medication?" And through a telehealth appointment, we were able to work that out. And I'm my best self again. On the other side of this, I hope that my patterns and practices of swimming, of meeting with friends face to face, a lot of other things that I have done in the past to support will allow me to go back down to my normal dose of medication. But for right now, an increased dose is a good thing for me. Um, Friends, it's okay when we need medication. It's not a crutch, it's a support. And for those of you who are struggling right now with anxiety or depression, I just want to say that peace to you. It's okay. And there are tools and resources out there available to you. I am certainly not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I'm just somebody with her own journey with anxiety and how it affects me as a person and how it affects me as a parent. So if you feel like you're needing more support, reach out to resources around you. Reach out to your GP. Talk about the options that you have. Talk with good friends who know you well and who you're safe with, and see what support you can get for this time. We don't have to suffer. We can still live out good days during this time. So peace to you. Sorry this was a little long, and that's my cue.